Greetings Multiverse! There's no Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad this year, but there is a brand new full-price console DC Comics game out, even though it may be a little embarrassing for some people. DC Superhero Girls Teen Power for Nintendo Switch, the first proper video game based on the popular animated series. I've been playing it fairly solidly since release earlier this month, so here's my full review of the only DC Comics game out this year. DC Superhero Girls is an action-adventure with RPG elements, where the player controls one of 6 characters from the show and explores a couple of large sections of Metropolis, or taking on various missions or advancing the plot. It's not a true open world game, but there is a lot to do in these areas. There are many side missions, including quite a few character specific missions. I've spent many hours in DC Superhero Girls so far, and I'm nowhere near finished yet. There's still lots to do and to find. This is a lengthy game, shockingly enough. This is not a simple mobile game. Play is divided between the 6 superheroes or villains and their alter egos. That's Batgirl, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Harley Quinn, Catwoman and Star Sapphire, all of which you'll unlock as you play through the game. Green Lantern, Bumblebee, Zatanna, Giganta, Livewire and Poison Ivy all feature heavily, but they're sadly not playable. As for the male superheroes of the DC universe, they do make the occasional cameo appearance, but they're not the focus. I have to be clear that the majority of time spent in DC Superhero Girls is as the civilian alter egos, not the heroes. Characters only turn into heroes during missions, which to be fair happens a lot. But don't expect to be running around, exploring and taking on missions as Batgirl. You'll be doing that as Barbara Gordon for the most part. I didn't mind this at all, but it's still rather jarring that the gaming split is around 60-40 in favour of exploring as normal powerless characters in a superhero game. Aside from exploration, the meat of the gameplay is the combat, which is done entirely as the superheroes or villains, and is good actually. While it's possible to just hammer the attack button and defeat most enemies, it won't get you many of the higher bonuses, and it certainly won't help you against crowds, flying enemies or the big bosses. Perfect dodges and counterattacks take skill, timing and are your best bet in ending things cleanly, combined with a few awesome superpowers. There's a good range of enemies, although I would have liked a few more actual supervillains to fight. The most important point in enjoying DC Superhero Girls is tempering your expectations. The hubs you'll be spending the majority of the game in are quite small, the cutscenes are very basically animated, there are only a few music tracks over the entire game, and at least 3 characters make annoying sounds every second attack, like Supergirl going wooga for some reason. The whole thing kind of feels like a PS2 game, and none of it is mind-blowing. Nevertheless, DC Superhero Girls Teen Power is far, far better than I expected, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Admittedly, there is no way I'd play or praise the game this highly if major DC characters weren't involved, but it really gives me a thrill being able to play as Supergirl or Wonder Woman in a proper video game that's not a 2D beat-em-up. Expect a straightforward, fun RPG and a Pixar-ish, all-ages feel, and you might enjoy it as much as I did. And I still am. But what do you guys think? Have you played DC Superhero Girls Teen Power? If not, do you have any questions for me about the game? Let me know in the comments below, or head over to the Inside the Multiverse Discord server for some proper DC chat. The link's in the description below. Please like, share and subscribe, it all really helps me out, and check out other videos on DC Comics Gamer. We've got several on Gotham Knights, such as details on why it was delayed until 2022, and Suicide Squad gameplay details that confirm the game is a team-based shooter. For now though, thanks for watching, and Multiverse out.